Hello, first graders. My name is Mrs. Clausen, and I'll be one of your art docents this year. This school year, we are primarily focusing on art history and art subject matter, meaning what type of things artists portray in their artwork. Today's lesson will focus on artists painting people at play. We will review what is play and the reason why artists choose to paint people at play, and also study several famous artists who have painted people at play and then examine their artwork. What is play? Play is to engage in activity for enjoyment and recreation rather than a serious or practical purpose. What do you like to do when you play? As you can see, the children in this picture are outside enjoying the swing in the sun. Do you like to do things like ride your bike, play games, go swimming, or hang out with your friends? How do you enjoy to play, outside or indoors? There are many different ways to engage in play. Snap the Whip by Winslow Homer from 1836 to 1910. In this painting, Homer shows us a group of children playing during school recess. This was painted over 100 years ago. Look at the boys in the painting and compare them to yourself. Do you wear the same clothes? What clothes are they wearing that you don't today? Do you see the red building in the background? This is their school. Kind of small, but back then, schools were one room where one teacher taught all the grades. Can you tell what season it is? Can you guess what game they are playing? This game is called Snap the Whip. It is no longer a game played today because it's dangerous to children. Winslow Homer was an American artist who had a father that ran the local hardware store. He started out as an illustrator for a weekly newspaper. An illustrator is someone who draws pictures. During the Civil War, he made drawings of soldiers. Once the war was over, he moved to Maine and painted the sea and fishermen. The Skater by Gilbert Stuart, 1755 to 1828. What do you think this man is doing? This man's name was William Grant, and he likes skating. Where do you think that he is skating? Does he look like he is having fun? The original painting was painted in oil, and it was life size. When it was revealed to the public, people were very surprised to see it was someone doing something instead of just sitting down. Gilbert Stuart was an American artist who was born in Rhode Island. He began his career by copying paintings at the age of 13. Later, when he was older, he moved to London to study art with another American artist named Benjamin West. He established himself as a great artist, but he didn't handle money very well, so when he moved back to America, he was poor. He still continued painting portraits and did another famous portrait of a president, George Washington. Sunny Side of the Street by Philip Evergood, 1901 to 1973. Philip Evergood used unusual materials to paint this picture. Can you guess what they might be? Well, he used egg, oil, glass, and marble dust mixed with varnish. Do you think it was quiet on this day? What games are the children playing? Can you see the blind man that is walking down towards us? Philip used bright color in the front of the painting while he used dull grays towards the back of the painting. You also see the chalk on the street, and it looks like it goes all the way down the street. Evergood was born in New York. He started out playing the piano at 7 years old while living in England. When he was in his 20s, he moved back to America. The time he came back was during the Great Depression. The hard times had effect on what he chose as subject matter for his work. Tar Beach by Faith Ringgold, 1930 to present. This is a story quilt that tells of memories from Faith Ringgold's childhood. It combines painting, quilt making, and storytelling in one art form. Each block of fabric is a page of the story. Her family would go up to the rooftop to play cards and eat. The story is about a little girl named Cassie who dreams of being free to go wherever she wants for the rest of her life. Flying is how she will achieve her dream, echoing an important idea in African American folk tale literature. in which slaves told of flying to freedom. Faith was born in Harlem, New York, and as a little girl, she always wanted to tell stories. Since she had asthma, she had to stay indoors a lot. But this was not a hardship because her mother was a fashion designer and taught her how to sew. So as an adult, she wanted to write a story about her life, but no one wanted to publish it. So she started making story quilts. She has made 30 story quilts, and she is still writing stories and lives in New York. Two Blue Balloons, One Gray by Louise Scott, 1936 to 2007. How many children do you see? What are they playing with? Do you like balloons? You will notice that Louise used bright primary colors and she used lots of rounded shapes. She likes painting in a not realistic way. She was born in New York and was a painter, an illustrator, and a teacher. When she was little, she moved to Canada and lived and worked there. Her paintings now are in museums all over Canada. La Pinata by Diego Rivera, 1886 to 1957. Do the children look like they are having fun? What do you like about the painting? Do you notice right away the bright colors and the action of the children that are trying to get the goodies that are falling from the pinata? Have any of you hit a pinata? Born on December 8, 1886, in Guanajuato, Mexico, Diego Rivera sought to make art that reflected the lives of the Mexican people. In 1907, Rivera traveled to Europe to further his art studies. There, he befriended many leading artists of the day, including Pablo Picasso. Rivera was also able to view influential works by Paul Gauguin and Henri Matisse, among others. Returning to Mexico, Rivera began to express his artistic ideas about Mexico. He received funding from the government to create a series of murals about the country's people and its history on the walls of public buildings. Rivera married fellow artist Frida Kahlo in 1929, who also loved painting as much as he did. Rivera stated that art belonged to everyone and that it should be that way no matter who you are. All right, now we're going to work on our project. The supplies that you're going to need are crayons or markers, a piece of paper or some kind of construction paper, a pencil with an eraser. If you would like to use paints, you can as well. Here is my version of people at play. Here's a little girl playing ball with her dog. Let me see your art projects. If you would like to upload them in Seesaw for your teacher to share with me, I would really enjoy those.